Hello, I'm Greg Kernan, and I serve as the chairperson of the Commission on Equitable Compensation. Before I begin, let me extend my thanks to Kim Ayers, who served the conference in this role for the last 6 years. She served during a challenging time, and our team was grateful for her guiding hand. The Commission is recommending to the annual conference that the base salary for the 2025 minimum clergy salary table be increased by 2% or $998, which will make the base salary $50,908. This is following the 4% increase in the 2024 table. The Commission is also proposing an increase in the recommended housing allowance of 2% or $441. This will increase the recommended housing allowance to $22,477. Our commission has compared the Baltimore-Washington clergy salaries to our United Methodist metrics and local church statistics, as well as other HR benchmarks and cost of living indexes. Our discernment this year was influenced greatly by the desire to balance the inflationary pressures with the sustainability of our local churches. Over the last 24 months, it has been a primary goal of the Commission to balance the recent inflationary pressures with the sustainability of congregations that are still recovering from the pandemic. Prior to these inflationary pressures, the minimum clergy salary table was tracking 0.5% per year over the Social Security COLA annual increases. In 2023, the new inflationary pressures caused the situation to reverse, and the minimum clergy salary table fell behind the long-term Social Security COLA increases by 0.4%. In 2024, the 4% increase in the minimum clergy salary table stabilized the situation as the Social Security COLA came down to 3.2%. The 2025 proposal now takes into account the sustainability of our congregations as inflationary pressures have moderated. The historic trends are shown on this table. It allows us to compare the increases in the minimum salary and housing allowance and the increases in the Social Security cost of living adjustments. The magnitude of the recent inflationary pressures can be easily observed by looking at the increases to the Social Security cost of living adjustment in 2022 and 2023. Fortunately, the table increases in 2024 exceeded the Social Security COLA, and it was effective in increasing the long-term salary table trends to an annual increase of 2.3%. This compares well to the 2.6% long-term increases in the Social Security COLA. If we had not taken that action in 2024, the Commission feared that the minimum salary table would fall more than 1% behind the long-term Social Security COLA trends. The larger increases in the minimum clergy salary table in 2023 and 2024 provided the ability to keep pace with the recent inflationary pressures. The minimum clergy salary table that incorporates the proposed changes is shown on this slide. The base cash salary is increased by 2% to $50,908. The annual $250 increment earned by clergy with 1 to 15 years of service increases the effective one-year increase to 2.5%. The column on the right adds the recommended housing allowance to the minimum cash salaries. Under this proposal, the minimum total compensation for new clergy will be set at $73,385, and clergy with 15 years of service will be set at $77,135. It is also the Commission's responsibility to review the minimum accountable reimbursement recommendation for clergy compensation. This slide from last year's presentation will remind you that our evaluation supported continuing the current $4,100 level of reimbursement. We continue to monitor the trends that were reported last year. For 2023, the actual reimbursements for clergy averaged $2,870. This is only a small change from the prior year when the average was $2,800. We also observed that the reimbursement budgets in 2024 were established with an average of $4,750, which is slightly consistent with the last 3 years. These trends continue to support the current minimum in reimbursement standard of $4,100 for conference churches. I will now conclude my report by reading our resolution again. The Commission on Equitable Compensation is recommending that the base salary for the 2024 clergy salary table be increased by 2% or $998, which will make the base salary $50,908. The Commission is also proposing an increase in the recommended housing allowance of 2% or $441, which will make the recommended housing allowance $22,477. I appreciate your consideration of this report from the Commission on Equitable Compensation. Thank you.